Hello everyone, and welcome back to our second part of the tutorial on how to build an 8-step sequencer from beginning to finish. Today we are going to add another chip, the CD4017. This is the actual sequencer chip in our circuit, and so it's quite important. On this chip, 4017, we've got 16 pins. We have a notch on the left side, and the 4017 that is printed on the chip is right side up as you're looking at it. So to the left of the notch, we have pin 1, pin 8, pin 9, and pin 16. And so we're going to start to make those connections. I am going to remove the power so that I don't damage the IC. Okay, so we're going to add a wire from pin 16 to our positive rail, a wire from pin 8 to ground, and you might remember from last time we copied the ground over to this side so that this ground rail is connected to our power line. Okay, and we're going to take a wire from our LED, the positive LED, that's where our clock input is, and we're going to attach that to pin 14, our clock input on the CD4017. And we're going to attach a wire from pin 15 to pin 9. And a wire from pin 13 to ground. Okay. And so at this point we can attach, I'm going to power it up. It's safe to do so. And the reason I'm doing that is because now I'm going to plug in the LEDs and we're going to get them wired, and then once we start to connect the LEDs, you'll see them begin to flash as I connect them to the 4017. So each LED, as you may remember, has a long lead that is positive. The short lead is ground. We're going to put the LEDs in so that the positive pin is to the left. And I'm just going to put those across from each potentiometer. The LEDs act as an indicator of which channel the sequencer is presently on. That helps for the purpose of tuning it. Okay. Okay, so now that all the LEDs are inserted into the board, what I'm going to do is we're going to tie all the grounds of each LED together into one common ground. And I'll just do that from left to right as we go here. So ground to ground to ground. Just daisy chaining the grounds together. Oh, that's a timer. I'm going to have to get that. I'm also going to turn on a light. It's a little dark in here. I will be right back. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay, so we're going to take the final ground, the last LED, and we're going to plug that into a 1K resistor, which I've got here, so that this ground wire is going to connect to the 1K resistor, and the other end of the resistor connects to another ground rail. And so this ground rail, being separate from our main one, also will need to be copied over to this ground. Okay, so now our LEDs are ready to be wired directly to the 4017. And I will begin doing that. See what I have here for wires. Okay, so we're going to start with the first output is actually pin 3 of the 4017. So we're going to go from pin 3 to pin 1. Our first LED. There we go. Okay, and that's going to blink every 8 counts. Wire's a little short, but I think it'll hold on. And now we go from pin 2 to LED 2. And now you see they're starting to sequence. And we go from pin 4 to LED number 3. Seems to be working okay. And we go from pin 7 to LED 4. And now we go from pin 10 to LED 5. Pin 1 to our 6th LED. Pin 5 to our 7th LED. And pin 6 to LED number 8. And that's a stretch too, but we got it. Just barely got it. Okay, so there we go. We have our LEDs working. If they're jumping around or skipping from one LED to the wrong LED, that means you have wired it improperly to the 4017. And I just recommend going back through and checking your wiring with my video, and you should be good to go. This concludes this video. I will be back soon, and we'll be connecting our potentiometers the next time. Thanks for watching.